welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good, doing good.
Well, listen, you do a lot of things, acting, rapping, dancing. Where did it all start for you?
Guess with my dad, he gave me this Michael Jackson movie called Moonwalker.
Moonwalker, okay.
And I used to watch that every day, and that's what I wanted to do, perform.
Okay.
So that was one of my biggest introductions to performing arts.
Okay, all right. So you definitely have the Michael Jackson influence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I've seen some things online and pretty popular stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
You're an amazing dancer, amazing rapper and actor.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, we had the opportunity to meet backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Recently with the play production, Cotton Club Revisited.
Yeah.
Is that one of the first productions of that sort, or have you done many things like that?
I've done quite a few in Valley College back in San Bernardino.
Okay.
That's why I went to college for acting, was in San Bernardino.
Okay.
And I did quite a few, like Laramie Project, Romeo and Juliet, Rebel Without a Cause. Rebel Without a Cause was my first lead.
Okay.
But I've done a couple plays. But the Cotton Club was my first one outside of Valley College.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You did an amazing job in that.
Oh,
I thought your character was well acted. And, I'm sure everybody out there would be just definitely hungry to see more of you on the acting side. But you've got so many things in your favor. Just an amazing dancer, amazing on the mic as an MC, in the hip hop arena. But in other words, how did it actually, work out that you're doing all three? In other words, what came first?
Well, I'll say rapping came first because I used to write poetry, but then my friend, it was a while back, he came to my house one day with this CD.
Okay.
It was him rapping, so I was like, how do you do that? He's like, I did it on my laptop. And so from then on, I had him like recording me, and it was just like, we'll do that like every day. And then I branched out into doing like little shows. I'm from Palmdale, so we do little shows here and there. But when I went out to Inland Empire, that's when I took a break from rapping.
Right. Because
I had to go to school because I was living with my dad at the time.
Okay.
And so I went to school, and originally I was going for what was it? I think journalism.
Okay.
But then I went to the theater production. I was like, oh, I could do that. So I started doing theater. And it was felt like to me it was like the same as rapping, because you're always telling a story, and you always, like, whether you're telling a story with your physical or you're rapping it, So I don't know, I think the two kind of complement each other.
Okay.
I think it was kind of like meant to be for me to, like you see other artists do it, they do rapping, then they do acting.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's many great examples. Probably one of the first that I noticed was, way back in the day, like Ice-T.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ice Cube, and then Queen Latifah. And then, everybody sort of followed suit, in that direction.
Yeah.
Why do you think that there is, such a marriage of being an MC and then being an actor?
Because, like, I remember when I used to buy, like, albums, like with Jay-Z or Kanye West, it was like they were painting this whole cinematography, like you was watching a whole movie when you bought their album. Like, Jay-Z would probably be like a gangster movie, or like Kanye West would be kind of like this trippy, acid trip kind of, like, movie you're watching.
Okay.
Like, when it comes to, like, Graduation or My Beautiful Dark Fantasy, it's all like a movie, like, especially My Beautiful Dark Fantasy opens up like a movie with, like, Nicki Minaj coming on like she's about to tell a story. And I just think it's all, the storytelling is all there for it to be like a dramatic. Like Tupac was one of the main ones that would paint that picture for you,
Sure. It's like the expressiveness of their lyrics.
Yeah, he was also another one that came from, like, theater.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to put him in there.
So I just think hip hop is, because it is an expression, especially how it started out as an expression of, like, people from the gutter just telling their stories. And, but I don't know, I think that's what it is.
Okay. The expressiveness, there's similarities, and that sort of ties it together. Acting, rapping, And obviously, as a lyricist, I'm assuming that you write your own lyrics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't like. Well, people do the thing, but as a rapper, I think everybody should at least write the majority of their songs,
Mm-hmm.
if not all of their songs,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to hear from the artist.
Sure.
You know, not what they think is cool, or you know, because you're not hearing from the artist. Is like you're just buying them. You know.
Okay.
I can understand a singer, but that's like an instrument of talent. Like you know.
Sure.
Not everybody can hit notes that they want to, you know, when they write it down, they can't hit that note. But if you want to rap it, you could probably learn how to rap.
Sure. Okay. So, you know, again, you know, tying all of these aspects of the arts together, we understand your, you know, early influence, Michael Jackson, and where sort of the dance came from. But as a rapper, as an actor, who would you say your main influences would be in each of those areas?
Oh, Tupac definitely. Cause I never wanted to be a rapper till I was listening to Tupac. I didn't start listening to Tupac till later in life, till I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I started listening to him. I was like, I want to do what he's doing because he was telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
He's like engaging, really, you know.
Right, right.
And so I wanted to do that, and it took me a while because I wasn't a rapper.
Okay.
But then when I started learning how to do it and get more experience, I started respecting the art of it and wanted to do it, and I realized why people like Tupac and them were doing it for.
Okay.
And so we're still out here doing shows and just doing it for the love. But when it comes to acting, James Dean is the one that made me want to be a real actor.
Okay. The rebel without a cause, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because when I first got to college and started doing the acting thing, I read one of his biographies like in 2013, and that's what really got me onto acting because he was like the real deal.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do how he was doing it, and like his characters and all that. Then 3 years later, my acting teacher was like, we're doing Rebel Without a Cause auditions.
Okay.
So I go audition, and I get the role, and she like, you know, give me the lead role. And I think about it, I was like, man, 3 years from starting acting, it took me 3 years, and I do like one of his leads.
Okay.
So that's one of my inspirations right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting about some of your productions, and you know, you've got a lot of things that are online, is how you sort of marry together, let's say, the aspects of a film short and a music video, sort of all combined. And we know, you know, Michael Jackson was one of the first to do that.
Yeah.
But can't say I've seen a lot of it, and I don't think that, you know, in some research, I don't think there's a lot of that out there. So that's pretty cool. That's sort of your go-to influence for that, would you say?
Yeah, because definitely, because just like being a music video watcher, like there's a few who try to do it, but it was always real quick or like little scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I always like respected how Michael Jackson made like a big production, even if it was like 5 minutes, you felt like you've seen a whole movie.
Okay.
And so I've always aimed to do that, you know, at least make it a movie and the visuals.
Where do you get the ideas for your productions when you are, you know, coming up with the concept for them?
A lot of it comes just from like real life, whether it's been from 10 years, a year, or yesterday. Like, and a lot of it has to do with like women, like I've dealt with in the past and stuff, like older women. And I just enhance it, like, because you could just enhance it in like the script and make it wild. Like the one we did with the director. It was kind of just like something that happened that we seen. Like it didn't happen to me, but we just seen it. Like how we could tell a certain person was kind of like, you know, they just like to have fun, like after the thing.
Okay.
And so we enhanced it, and we just had made fun of it. But a lot of it just comes from like sometimes we just be on set, and I'm the type of person I'll write out the whole thing, and I'll send it to the director or the videographer. I'll like, this is how we're gonna do it. Okay. Then I get there the day, and I'm like, all right, we're changing everything. We're gonna do it this way. So rewrite. Yeah. So sometimes we don't even know, but a lot of it's just inspiration, our surroundings.
Okay. Do you have partners that you collaborate with on anything, or you come up with pretty much everything?
Well, I come up with I write all the skits and all that. Okay. I do work with actors like George Cortez, rappers who like also branch out into acting like YRAM, and one of my producers Blacksmith and my friend Unknown. Everybody you see on my thing, they've been like childhood friends or longtime friends. Sure. So I'm just like, you're gonna learn how to do this. Sure. You know,
Gotcha. You're pulling them in, right?
Yeah, yeah, but they always add something like my friend George Cortez always adds something like, you know, some kind of funny, you know, ad lib or something. So it's all like a team effort. He's also a videographer, photographer.
Okay.
And so George Cortez, me and him been doing the videography aspect of it, like
All
running it for about 4 or 5 years. But yeah, I got a cool little solid team I've had for a couple years now.
We see.
We work.
We see. So what's next in store for you? You're working on anything in particular?
Oh, I am doing a horror movie short.
Okay.
And I actually am looking to from the last production we did, the Cotton Club
Revisited. Yeah.
I'm actually looking at a couple of actors and I think one dancer.
Okay.
For it, but we're doing like a little horror.
To sort of pull them into this production.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, add their talents in. But we're gonna be doing like a little horror movie short, probably like 15-20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna be like a music video. It's just gonna be a straight movie.
Okay.
And so we're gonna do that. I want to have it done by the end of the summer.
Awesome. We'll definitely be looking for that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You've got a lot of things, like I said, just to reiterate, a lot of things that you've done. Some really great work out there, and you know, but a lot of us don't really get the breaks that we need. You know, and I would definitely say, just stay at it. Be undeterred. Burn your bridge. Great things are definitely coming. You know, and don't be, you know, dissuaded. You know what I mean? I think you're on target. I think you're on the launching pad from some of the things that I've seen that you put out there, and from having a chance to work with you in that recent production.
Oh, yeah.
But in general, when it comes to you know, success, you know, nowadays we have social media. Do you think that is telling the whole story of what someone is all about? You know what I mean? By their followers or lack of followers? I mean, what would you say about that?
No, I don't think it's like tells a story, because I came up in a generation where the generation before me,
Yeah.
they really had to like go for it. They
Sure.
like, when they say, "Oh, I'm going to rehearse," it was like I'm gonna have to rehearse because I gotta go harder than the next person.
Yeah.
You know, like my dad used to always tell me, he was like always leave room. You know, always run as much as you can and leave room
Okay.
ahead.
Mhm.
So if you fall, that person won't be, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I grew up around. But nowadays, I just feel like if you have enough money, it's just like you just buy followers and they'll just blow your stuff out of, make it look like it's better than what it is.
Sure.
'Cause I met a lot of great artists that people don't know about. Like, you know,
Mhm.
I met artists on the street that could play a saxophone, you know. Like,
Sure.
no one else, but no one would know because, you know.
Sure. So everybody has their moment eventually, right? They get that break somehow, right?
I would like to think so, but even if they don't, it's just like sometimes just having the freedom to do it.
Okay.
You know.
Certainly. On the subject of instruments, do you play a musical instrument yourself?
I don't.
I mean, you don't have to. What you do is stellar, so you don't have to. But you know.
I want to play the drums.
Okay.
The drums. I want to play that. I gotta set some time aside to learn that.
Okay.
But,
wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, that's funny you say that. I'm a drummer as well as as well as a bass player, but I know a lot of great musicians that play the drums and their other instrument, or they are a dancer, and I can definitely see rhythmically that connection of wanting to play the drums because of the rhythm that goes into dancing. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, because definitely, especially when you have like a live band, like when we're doing the Cotton Club Revisited.
Sure.
It's just you just feel it more, like as a dancer and stuff. And I think I don't know, it's just something I've always wanted to try.
Okay.
Because it just seems, I don't know, it just seems so cool. Like, I got friends that drum, and they always just like, when they lose it and they just go into that freestyle mode. I think that's cool. Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. What would you say to an up-and-coming artist, somebody wanting to, you know, sort of follow in your footsteps, go after their dream, or whether it's acting or dancing or you know, in the studio doing music? What advice would you give them?
If you know it's what you want, just know it takes a lot. Like, you know, if you really want it, it's going to take a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worrying, a lot of just making it happen, you know.
Sure.
You got to make it happen. If you want to make it happen, you're going to make it happen. Sacrifice comes with it, time, you know. But I would just tell them, like, go for it. Don't let no one tell you not to do it, no matter who they are. If you feel it in your gut, in your heart, that that's what you're supposed to do, just do it. Because you never know who's going to be looking at you in the future, and you're going to inspire them.
Awesome. Well, brother, we appreciate you today.
Thank you for
blessings to you.
A blessing to you,
and
too.
good luck in your career.